G'day guys, and welcome to another edition of Aussie Boxing Talk. I am your host, old mate Big J. And if you haven't already heard by now, Australian boxing once again is in turmoil. Isn't it funny what can happen in a space of 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours ago? So I'll start with a review of Jai Opeatia and his pretty much fourth round destruction of David Inoue. An absolutely brutal knockout, which many argue, including myself, that could be career ending for David Inoue, even though he's only 11 fights in. A bad knockout like that can pretty much kill off your career, and there has been plenty of people from the Tasman area, Oceanic area, whatever you like to call it, Australia, New Zealand, particularly Australian fighters, who have gone for the one and done world title. They got absolutely destroyed, and basically they fell apart from there. Names come to mind: Trent Broadhurst against Dimitri Bivol. Nothing jab in the first round. That pretty much killed off his career. Glenn Kelly against Roy Jones Jr. He was never really heard from again after his opportunity against Roy Jones for all the belts at light heavyweight, including some you probably never even heard of, in 2002. And most recently, I think Mick Zarafa against Inoue Lara. Even though I think Mick's career was already struggling before that world title fight, the way that Lara knocked out Mick, I really don't see him doing anything else. But, let's get to the review of the card. I mean, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, more so Tasman fighters. A lot of people are saying that Eddie Hearn put the show together, more so Mick Francis, the Tasman fighters, on Wednesday the 8th of January, and they did an absolutely fantastic job. I mean, the production value was good. I mean, let's be honest, it was a club show that happened to have a world title fight on it. So, actually, no, it was a world title fight. It was a world title show. So, it was a world title show. Like, it was very similar, far better, if you rewind your minds on a couple of months back to where Janibek fought... oh God, what was his name? The Russian-born Kiwi kid. Maklimov, I think his name was. Andrei Maklimov. No Limit put on a show like that. I think it was late October, early November, where our world title was on. But anyway, it was a very good show by Tasman and Matchroom. Jai Opeatia got the 4-round knockout against David Inoue. David Inoue was never really had a chance of winning anyway. I mean, a 10-fight novice on 3 weeks' notice. It would take an absolute sheer miracle for that to happen. So, Jai pretty much destroyed David Inoue. Knocked him out in 4 rounds, and I doubt if we ever hear from him again, I don't think he's going to be the same fighter, because it's only the 12th of January now, and I'm already calling that knockout of the year. So the bar has been set extremely high for knockout of the year, because that was just devastating. So, other things that happened on the card that I've note of is not what actually happened on the card, because I consider, besides the world title fight, it was just a club show. Justice Hooney, of course, fighting another nobody, but as Eddie Hearn brilliantly explained in the I think it was pre or post fight interview, that they thought he was getting a little bit too bold too quick, so I scaled him back, and he's fighting lower level competition, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, they've openly acknowledged that these guys are low level guys. They're just getting Justice to sharpen his tools before stepping up again, and personally I see nothing wrong with that. He's only 12 or 13 fights in, so not a problem with that at all. The other standout, I mean, Turamura, he got a 1-round knockout, but once again, complete dead man. What else happened? There was nothing really else that happened on the card of note. I mean, to be honest, I only took care of those 3. Ben Mahoney, got the win, but didn't look great. And the others, to be perfectly honest, I had no interest in them. I mean, I was only interested in the Turamura, the Justice Hooney, and the Jai fight. So, Matchroom's coming back March 22nd, when George Kambosos Jr. will fight old mate. I don't know what his name is. It should be announced this week, as long as No Limit are going to announce their card in March this week. And I've heard that Nikita Tszyu and Zarafa will be on it. They will not be fighting each other, but they'll be on the same card from what I've heard. So George should be fighting on March 22nd. Sky is a very high possibility. Sky Nicholas of defending her WBC featherweight title on that card. Right, so we will see another matchroom with another matchroom world title fight. So that should be good. I don't know who else is on the card, but announcements should be made this week. So to the big news over the last 24, 36 hours. Sam Goodman, yet again, has been cut. Right, now he was supposed to fight Inoue on the 24th of January, so 2 days before Australia Day. Sam Goodman was supposed to get his shot at Inoue for all the belts at super bantamweight, 122 pounds. So WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, Ring Magazine, so all 5. Sam has suffered quite a large cut above his right eye, right? And to be frank, it looks pretty bad. Actually, I think it's his left eye. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it looks worse than the first one. And the fight has been called off, and I seriously doubt Sam will get his opportunity again, as I believe Sam is the mandatory for the IBF and WBO. There are other fighters. There is another fighter who is the mandatory for the WBA who will be campaigning, well, Sam can't make it, I want my shot. And I don't think the Inoue fight happens now. And from what I've been told, I've heard that Sam was looking forward to a payday of about $1.2 million for that fight. So not only is he not going to get his fight against Inoue, which, let's be honest, he would have got destroyed inside of 4 rounds anyway. Inoue probably would have done the same thing to Sam Goodman as what Jai Patai did to David Nika. It would have just been a 4-round brutal destruction. Sam had virtually no chance of winning that fight. As I said, when I was on Boxing Deep Dive, Leonard Hoskins' show, I gave him a 5% chance of victory. So Sam Goodman is out, and I don't think, because the cut is quite bad, if you've seen it on social media, it's on Twitter and pretty much everywhere else, I think he's going to be out for a few months. So No Limit yet again. Look, No Limit must be thinking, God, what the hell do we have to do to get someone to win a world title? Right, well, Desley Robinson, I don't know if she's with No Limit, but she did win a world title last month. But No Limit, when it comes to No Limit and world title fights, they just can't win a trick. They just can't seem to get it done. People either get injured or they get destroyed in fights. Tim got destroyed against Buckram. Mick got destroyed against Lara. Sam was going to be destroyed against Inoue. Liam Wilson got beat twice in his runs. They just can't seem to get a trick when it comes to world title fights. It's really, really disappointing because they are the #1 promoter in the country, and yet they have no world champions. All right. Tasman has, got George, Liam Paro, Jai, Sky. No Limit has Tim, and he was a champion for, let's be honest, 3 seconds. Not even 6 months. I think he got the belt awarded to him in October of 2023, and of March of last year, he lost it. So, Tim Tszyu was, at the moment, and hopefully in the future I'm wrong and he goes on to be undisputed, but at the moment he was a email flash in the pan champion. He got given the belt, he never won it off Charlo, and I maintain what I said. If he fought Charlo would have knocked him out in 3 rounds, just like Bakram Metesaliev did. Tim Tszyu at the moment is a email champion and a flash of the pan champion. Didn't even hold on to the title for 6 months. So that's pretty disappointing. No Limit must be thinking, what the hell can we do to actually get something done? The cards just don't seem to be falling in place for them when it comes to world title fights. It really doesn't. And it's pretty devastating for them. But they've got to move on. So Sam, where's he go from here? He's got to have at least a few months off to heal and heal properly. He won't fight till probably May this year. And for No Limit, I don't see anyone else coming even remotely close to a world title fight. Tim won't. He'll go back to fighting. He's going to fight twice this year. He'll go back to fighting low-level guys. Nikita's not close enough. Mick, no chance. The only world title fight I see, because and it's my honest belief that Jai Opeatia defending his title against David Nika will be the only world title fight you will see in Australia this year. For the men. Women, different story, because Sky's obviously going to hopefully defend her belt on March 22nd. Shanique, well, I think Shanique is in a rematch with Nina Hughes from what I've heard. That will most likely be overseas. Shay Keneally, who knows what's going on with her? Last I saw, she's working in the mines. And of course, Desley Robinson, who knows what's going on with her, even if she is with no limit. So there's the 5 world champions at the moment, and I don't see anyone in world title contention at the moment. The only person was going to be Sam, and that fight is now never going to happen. Bit of a silver lining though, because I think Inoue will fight the WBA guy or wait for the Nakatani fight. Nakatani moves up to challenge Inoue. They fight out for undisputed. Inoue wins, or Nakatani knocks him out, one of the two. Either way, Sam's not getting his shot. That's gone now. That $1 million, $1.2 million payday, or whatever it is, I got told the other day that what he was getting is now done and dusted. He will never see that money. So instead of fighting for $1.2 million in a world title fight, he's probably going to fight on a no-limit card for a tenth of that. So it's unfortunate, but these are the breaks. Why was he sparring? My question is, why was he sparring 2 days before leaving for Japan in the first place? But anyway, those are the breaks. So that's the news for Australian boxing at the moment. I mean, isn't it funny how just this time last week we were getting for a world title fight? We had 2 on the cards, and now one went pretty well, and another one has ended in pretty much disaster. They didn't even get in the ring. So it's a bit unfortunate, but No Limit will press on. They'll have contingency plans. They'll think of something. They'll do the great work that they continue to do. Right. Hopefully I'll get out and get on the circuit this year so I can actually get to some fights. Right. But for now, guys, that's your old mate Big J. Tackle the ball, wrestle clock, harden yourselves the fuck up, and I'll see you again later.